So I came across this tweet here about the nuclear power plant in Zaporizhia, which I'm probably saying wrong, but you can see it right there, the name. We'll call it the Zappa nuclear power plant from now on, just to make it easier. But I don't know if you guys remember, but on my first ever time heading into Ukraine, in the Polish border town, I had to wait in a queue for like 7 hours for the train. And obviously I made a few friends there. One of them was a girl from Dnipro. And I'm not going to say her name, just in case, but she's the one that famously said, I said to her, like, are you not worried about, going to that part? Because apparently it's, occupied now by Russia, or it's going to be. And she just laughed. And she said it would never happen. She said to me, everything in that area has been built by Russian money, and mainly Jewish Russian money. And she said, nothing will ever happen to that place. So I find this tweet quite interesting, because you've got the Russians claiming that it's now belonging to them, but you've got the Ukrainians coming out and saying, no, it's still under Ukrainian legislation. So, once again, like, the narrative they're trying to explain to us here in the West just doesn't add up. If it's an occupied war zone, what are people going to work? Do people just turn up to work like nothing's going on? I don't understand, what they want us to believe here. But she was that girl I met. I wish I would have stayed in contact with her. I mean, she did actually show me her Instagram and offer to stay in touch on Instagram. But at the time, I didn't have Instagram. I only got Instagram once I got back to the UK. And so, yeah. Because I was speaking, I was in the queue with her for 7 hours. And then obviously we was on the train for another couple of hours. And yeah, man, she's a really cool girl. And I said to her, like, if I was to come over to Dnipro, would you be able to show me around and stuff? Would you know where there's hostels and that? She's like, yeah, definitely. So I really, really fucked up big time there, not staying in contact with her. And a missed opportunity, but oh well, things happen. Yeah, she was just so confident nothing was going to happen. She pretty much, she said like the Russian money built that power plant, and I think it powers a lot of Russia as well. So yeah, so she worked. I don't know if she worked at this power plant. That was her job. And she'd been skiing somewhere in Europe, and because of what was going on, she decided to come back home just so she could help out with the family and stuff. But she was telling me that the nuclear power plant had told her not to worry about turning up to work at that time. But I'm assuming they've all gone back to work now, being that, it must be active. So let's have a look. I was trying to look for it earlier, and where is it now? Dnipro. So she's in Dnipro. And there we are. I wonder if we can see it off Google Maps. So got there. International Airport. Okay. I know there's like a hydroelectric dam here. Yeah, here it is. I mean, look at it. It's all on a grid system here. USSR grid system. Is that a hospital? Hospital number 9, I'm guessing. Weird, because over here in the UK, we don't really have a grid system. Where obviously this country was built, this country is so old, it was built, roads kind of were going from village to village. They were going around rivers and stuff like that. So our roads over here in the UK are very bendy. It's quite alien when we see grid systems. And I know in the US they have grid systems, in the USSR they have grid systems. We do have one place called Milton Keynes in the UK, which is a very new city. It was built after World War II, and I think it was originally planned to house Pakistani immigrants who were going to come over and help rebuild Britain after World War II. That didn't happen. It's not a Pakistani area, but nevertheless, it's one of the newest cities, and it's one of the only cities in the UK that's built on a grid system. And when you go there, it's very alien. I don't know. It's just not something we're used to. So, yeah. But I'm gutted with the whole war, to be honest, because I just had so many grand plans of going to the Russia, the ex-USSR places, mainly Russia though. I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to go there, and it's a shame, man. I really had plans to just explore this place, but look at it. I mean, it looks like, is that a Pizza Hut? You know, it's all here, man. It's all here. We get told, like, what we got here? Shopping centre Aurora. They've got the sushi. Yeah. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I wonder if this is open or not. I don't know. But look at it, man. Look how new and shiny everything is. Pizza. Avatar. Is that a nightclub? Yeah. This is pretty cool, man. So it's like a very old picture of a, I don't know, nightclub at night. Cinema. A cute little Soviet girl. I mean, I don't have kids, but I don't know. I had visions of going over to Russia and meeting a Soviet girl and having a little Soviet kid and just disappearing into the mountains of Russia. But who knows now? So yeah. Interesting stuff. You know, the potential of nuclear threat is always out there, right? I mean, that's one of the things they could obviously use to be the next lockdown, you know, the next thing that everyone has to stay home and save lives. With something like radiation, because it's invisible, no one can, you know, all the normies are going to buy into it, aren't they? Same way they did with the deadly virus. So whether or not they stage something at this nuclear power plant, or whether, you know, nothing is happening there, it's one of those things, man. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not a big fan of making predictions. You don't want to start putting fucking ideas into people's heads. You don't want to speak stuff into existence. But, yeah. We live in a twilight world and no friends at dusk.